Hello and welcome. This is YouTube's finest, Twitch's finest, Private Skull. Today you are watching a new video. This video is going to be about, what the title would say, my military experience. America is, I wouldn't say it's the greatest right about now. So as far as the United States Army, or any kind of service, mind you, anybody else that's serving, thank you for your country. Thank you for your service to serve in this country. I am currently still serving, so let's get to the nitty gritty. So this is about me, my experience with the service. I have been working with the Army for about 6 years, maybe almost 7. It'll be 7 in February. I've been doing this for a good amount of time. I still have 2 years left on my contract. I put that I would serve an 8-year contract with the Army, so here I am. I recently just came back from Indiana. Can't go into specifics on exactly where in Indiana, but I can say that I was in Indiana on base. Can't tell you what I did or what I do for a living. Just know that I'm doing the best I can. So let's get down to my first year of service. So my first year of service, I spent roughly about 6 months going to basic and AIT. Basically, basic is just basic. You get the basic training. You get to learn how to shoot. You get to learn how to save lives, how to just in general be a soldier. And you learn the different things, like knowing how to say the soldier's creed and so on. So I went through basic. Basic for me was not hard to say. For me, I guess, in my experience, it wasn't too bad, but at the same time, it's something I could be proud of, but at the same time, it was a struggle, because for anybody that's just getting into any kind of brand of military, you're gonna go through the tough times before anything is better. All right. So in my case, I I loved the training, but it's not supposed to be the grand piece of the pie. The grand piece of the pie was supposed to be going into the service fully, going to drills and stuff like that. But to me, it just wasn't a grandstanding. I was upset because I wanted to go active duty. I wanted to serve full active duty, go see places like Tokyo, Germany, the good places. I did not get that chance. Instead, I served into the reserve for the better part of my first 6 years. And I'm going to finish this contract out with my time in service as a reservist. Currently, everything that I wanted to happen isn't happening. So I'm just going to stick with going in through my reserve years. Will I join back up? No. My time in has done a lot of damage and scars to me mentally and physically, so I'm not gonna go back in. So back to my experiences. My first year was mostly basic at AIT and a little bit of time in my drill unit. The first time, before I even got into my basic in AIT, I spent a little bit of time with the unit that I would possibly be in, which is in Delaware, Lewis, Delaware to be exact. And I was home, so I was pretty much home, but I was only home for the for the next 4 weeks until I had to go to basic training. So it was basically to help me to see what I would be doing, how I would be doing it, and etc. And so after those couple weeks went by and I got used to the unit, I left and went to Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So I went to Missouri. I did my basic, which is, like I said, the basic soldier training. And then after my basic soldier training, I went to, I stayed in Missouri, but I went to the other side of that, which was AIT training, which is basically you learning how to do your job that you're training to do. So I went ahead and I went through my AIT training, which was not as rigorous as basic training. It was rather mostly just testing, basically just like paperwork, just testing how, like what to do, what you're basically doing in your job. In my case, my job was roughly truck driving stuff, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. But I would learn everything I could about the truck, learn what kind of stuff happens on that truck, what to do, what not to do, etc. We even did testing for driving, such as sorts. But for other people, if you join the service, your job might not be truck driving. It might be something else. It might be like, I don't know, like chemicals or psychological warfare or something like that. You might be learning a whole different thing. My job was literally what I said it was. So what happened was after basic and AIT, I finally graduated and I spent the rest of my year at that same unit that I was in. When I first spent my first year there, everything seemed to be normal. Everything seemed to be just fine. Up until the master sergeant and after the master sergeant left and after his wife left too, they both left at the same time, and we got a whole new first sergeant, and our captain was still there, but I didn't really get to know the captain for that long period of time. Mind you, the time that I spent there with that unit wasn't the greatest. I'd say my first year was probably better than every other year. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. So back to what I was talking about, right? So as far as that first year, everything was decent. My second year, let's say a whole year go by. Like I said, I already passed PT. Most of the time, the PT test is what makes up you being a soldier. That's how you graduate. That's how you get your rank and stuff. You got to pass PT. You got to pass certain classes and etc. So I passed PT that year. My second year came around. I still passed PT that second year. And everything kind of went left after that second year. That second year, everything went left. I filed my packet, and like I said, this is right after, because when I went to the recruiting office, I filed to go active duty. They told me no, I would have to spend 6 months at my unit. So like I said, I spent that year there, and then my second year came around, and I filed it up. My paperwork did not go through. Reason being is because the captain was so-called leaving. She was, I don't know if she was retiring or if she was going to a whole nother unit, but whatever the case was, she was leaving us. So I struggled with me getting active duty that second year, and I haven't been the same ever since because I'm still upset with how everything is going with the service. So let's get right back into it. The second year didn't go well. We got a new captain. Captain wasn't even really a captain yet. He was still lieutenant. I heard he was being screwed around because of some paperwork that didn't get filled out by the old captain. So a lot of things was going on. We ended up getting more new captains every year. Actually, I think I skipped a captain, but that's neither here nor there. Our captains has been just not good those first 3 to 4 years, except for the last one. But I didn't get to experience him as a captain because I was being transferred. Anyway, let's get back to being on track. So my second year didn't go well. The second year we had the same that captain who was really a lieutenant, and so far as training goes, like learning how to do more of our job, and when you're going to drill, you're supposed to learn more about your job. You're supposed to do more about your job. You're supposed to learn how to do more with that job, whatever that job entails. In my case, I did not learn anything. Actually, I was supposed to learn a whole lot about that, but I didn't. So basically, you could basically say whatever was going on there, I was failed pretty much because I didn't get a chance to learn what I needed to learn. My third year rolled around, and that's when I started flunking PT. In my case, I couldn't figure out why I was flunking PT. PT basically meaning physical training. You learn how to, you basically got to do push-ups, sit-ups, and run. I could not pass the run, and eventually I could not pass the push-ups. But that third year was what really hit me hard because I could not pass the PT. And every year, like I said, every year since that second year, I've been trying to file for going active duty, and like every single time I got shut down or somebody did not sign my paperwork. So I'm just like, what's going on? What's happening? I don't understand why I can't go active duty. If I go active duty, they're going to force me to pass PT. So that was my mindset at first. But then my fourth year, or it's about to roll into my fourth year. And this is the year that I was about to get transferred over to a whole nother unit. So my fourth year rolls around. I'm still with the old unit, and once again, I didn't pass PT. I've been a rank of PFC for those 4 years, and it was terrible for me. Like, it was really terrible. I'm not saying that the Army itself is terrible because of, the Army could be treating everybody else better. Everybody else could be doing so much better if they work accordingly. But in my case, I tried to work accordingly and it didn't work out for me. Like I said, this is a video of my experience, not anybody else's experience. I joined, like I said, when I joined, I had high hopes for, the military, what my units would be like, how everything would be like if I stayed in and retired. This time around, I am not going for retirement, and I'm definitely not going to stay in anymore after my contract. I'm definitely going to go ahead and file my medical paperwork only so I could get medically chaptered out, or if I get out completely out of my contract and still file for my medical, I should still get some medical stuff going for me, and I should still get paid for my medicals. Reason being is because the third year that I was in, I almost tore my Achilles tendon trying to pass the PT test. They told me to run faster, and I did, and I didn't pass. I was down, I think I was like 18 minutes. I needed 16 minutes, and 16 minutes and 30 seconds. I needed 16 minutes and 30 seconds, and I didn't pass because I almost tore my Achilles tendon. And then later on, my fourth year came around. Fourth year, I didn't pass PT at all. I tried to, but I didn't pass. And then I got transferred for that next year. That next year, which was my fifth year, I got transferred over to the unit in Baltimore. And mind you, the unit in Baltimore is, I can't say it's the best, but to me, it's better than the unit I was in. They handle a lot more things better than my old unit. So I guess you could say the unit I'm in now is probably the better of the other unit. So meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out why I can't pass PT. And this is what the highlight of my year was. I finally found out what my problem was for why I wasn't passing PT. The reason I wasn't passing PT was primarily because I had neuropathy. Neuropathy is a nerve damage in my legs or any other extremity. And right now I'm feeling that I have neuropathy in all of my extremities. And when I say all of my extremities, I mean my legs, my arms, neck, back, whatever you want to call it. All right. So that's my issue. And I'm struggling with it every day. Every day I find something new going on with my body, and I can't seem to get rid of it. It's permanent. So as far as passing PT, it's probably a no-go, not unless I get profiled and put into a permanent profile and pass PT that way. And if they put me on a permanent profile, basically I will basically be passing under a certain limitation, which I hope they limit almost everything. So I'll be under a limitation on push-ups, the sit-ups, the run. So far, I basically was told that I couldn't do all of those. So definitely, I will be limited to limited on the push-ups, the sit-ups, and the run. But yeah, the last couple years was supposed to be great for me. But then another problem came about, and I ended up on a I don't know if I should be saying this, but I ended up on a debt. All right, a $6,000 debt. Mind you, if you're not careful, if you miss a drill or a couple drills and you get over 12 U's, which they have points for that. If you get 12 U's, you're going to be put in the red, and they will take their bonus back. They would take some of their they will start taking some of their bonus back. Mind you, I didn't get all of my bonus or even more than half of my bonus back because of the PT. So like I said, my 6 years of service has practically been wasted. And I wish I could get that time back and get all that stuff back, but I can't. So I'm stuck. So the only thing I could do is finish out my time, get my bonus situated and get that back, and enjoy life when I get out. That's pretty much it. That's all I have left for you guys. Like I said, the unit that I'm in is the better unit out of the old unit, because I literally learned a lot more from this new unit than I did the old unit. I wish they had decided to go ahead and send me active duty, because I would have been better off, would have had more rank, more pay, and I probably would have served another term, maybe. But like I said, I can't really tell because of this neuropathy thing I got going on. So it's not going to be, I guess that thought probably would have been thrown out the window, but wouldn't have never known. I've gained a lot of weight coming out of AIT and basic, so to me, I'm fat, and I should try to drop down to 160, which I will try to do. Other than that, me getting a debt, them taking money out of me, that's wearing me down. Mentally, I am not okay. Mentally, I am actually stressing out more than usual, more than I was when I was a kid. As an adult, it's hard trying to figure out the things that you want to do. And so when I joined the military, that just didn't help. So I hope you guys like this video. I can explain more later. I wrote books on this stuff, so I might just start publishing some books. I don't know. But whatever I do, hopefully you guys will be there for me. I appreciate you guys looking at these videos. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. I will get into the next video in the next 30-40 minutes. Thank you. Bye-bye.